The boy stood outside the interview hall with his file pressed against his chest. Room number 7. That number had already swallowed 6 candidates before him. From behind the thick wooden door came laughter. Not friendly laughter. Sharp. Heavy. The kind that cut through walls. The guard at the door looked at him once, then looked away. The boy's name was Eliam Carter. He was 17. Black. Slim. Too calm for someone whose future was about to be decided by strangers. A clock ticked loudly above the door. Each second felt louder than the last. Inside that room sat 5 board members of the National Army Selection Council. Men with medals on their chests and power in their pens. One woman among them. All older. All experienced. All respected. And all unaware that today, the chair placed at the far end of the table would change them more than they would change the boy. The door opened. Next. Carter. Eliam walked in. The room smelled of polish, paper, and authority. 5 pairs of eyes scanned him slowly, from his worn shoes to his dark face. No one asked him to sit. He stood. The silence stretched. Then the man in the center leaned forward. Colonel Raymond Holt. "Well," he said, tapping the table. "You don't look like an army man." A small smile passed around the table. Eliam did not respond. The colonel raised an eyebrow. "Mute too?" Eliam spoke softly. "Sir, I was waiting for permission." That answer paused the room for half a second. Then the woman on the board, Commander Elise Monroe, smirked. "Permission. Cute." They gestured toward the chair. "Sit." Eliam sat. The chair was slightly shorter than the others. It forced him to look up. Intentional. Colonel Holt flipped open Eliam's file. Black. From South District. Father unknown. Mother hospital cleaner. He looked up. "That correct?" "Yes, sir." "So tell us," another board member said, Major Klein, his voice dry. "Why does someone like you want to wear this uniform?" Eliam inhaled. "To serve." Laughter. Not loud. Controlled. Polite. Dangerous. "Serve what?" Klein asked. "Pride? Hunger? Or just escape?" Eliam kept his eyes forward. "My country, sir." Holt leaned back. "Your country has given you nothing. Why defend it?" That question landed heavy. Eliam's mind flashed to memories he never spoke about. His mother's hands, cracked from bleach. The sound of sirens outside their apartment. The night his best friend was arrested for something he did not do. The flag on the school wall that everyone saluted but never explained. He answered, steady. "Because a country is more than what it gives. It's what it trusts you with." The laughter stopped. Just for a moment. Then Commander Monroe tilted her head. "That sounded rehearsed." "It wasn't, ma'am." Major Klein leaned forward. "You know people like you don't last here. Too emotional. Too sensitive. Too angry." Eliam looked at him. "Sir, with respect, anger kept my neighborhood alive. Discipline kept me alive." Silence. Holt closed the file slowly. Confidence. Interesting. He folded his hands. "Let's test it." The questioning began. They did not ask about tactics or ethics. They asked about pain. "Have you ever stolen?" "Yes." "When?" "When I was 9. "Bread." "Why?" "My mother fainted from hunger." "Did you feel shame?" "Yes." "Do you feel shame sitting here now?" Eliam paused. No, sir. Klein smiled thinly. You should. The questions grew sharper. They mocked his accent. They corrected his grammar even when it was correct. They asked him to repeat answers louder, then told him he was shouting. They interrupted him mid-sentence. They tested not his mind, but his dignity. At one point, Holt said casually, "People like you follow orders well. You don't ask why." Ilium lifted his eyes. "Sir," he said quietly, "people like me ask why every day. We just don't always get answers." Commander Monroe laughed. "Oh, he thinks he's deep." The board exchanged glances. They were enjoying this. They had seen hundreds like him. Or so they thought. Then Holt leaned forward again. "Final question, Carter." Ilium straightened. "Say you're ordered to shoot an unarmed man who looks like you. Same skin. Same street. Same eyes." He paused. "What do you do?" The room held its breath. This was the trap. Ilium did not answer immediately. He looked at each face at the table. Then he spoke. "I ask one question first." Klein scoffed. "In war?" "Yes, sir." "And what question is that?" Holt asked. Ilium's voice did not shake. "Why was I given the order?" Silence fell like a wall. Holt's jaw tightened. "And if the answer is classified?" "Then I refuse," Ilium said. Monroe laughed sharply. "You refuse orders now?" Ilium nodded. An army without conscience becomes a weapon without direction. The air changed. Holt slammed his pen down. "This interview is over." He looked at the others. "Mark him unfit. Arrogant. Disobedient." Ilium stood. He did not argue. He did not beg. He simply said, "Thank you for your time." As he turned to leave, Holt added, "Carter." Ilium stopped. "You should know your place." Ilium turned back slowly. "My place," he said, "is wherever responsibility is heavier than fear." He walked out. The door closed. Outside, the guard avoided his eyes. Ilium walked down the long corridor alone. Rejected. Again. That night, rain soaked the streets. Ilium sat at a bus stop, his file wet in his lap. His phone buzzed. A news alert. Border conflict escalates. Emergency mobilization declared. 2 days later, the city shook. A coordinated attack hit the military convoy near South District. Chaos. Ambush. Fire. Smoke. Communication down. The local unit panicked. Civilians trapped. Among them was a school bus. And inside that bus was Commander Elise Monroe's niece. The operation needed someone who knew the streets. Someone calm under pressure. Someone who would ask why before pulling a trigger. The regular units failed. Someone mentioned a rejected candidate. A boy. From South District. The same boy who refused an order. Ilium was found helping people evacuate an apartment building. They gave him a uniform. No ceremony. No apology. Just urgency. He took it. He led them through alleys maps never showed. He calmed soldiers twice his age. He refused one reckless command and saved 12 lives. He reached the bus. Got the children out. Including Monroe's niece. A sniper aimed. Ilium stepped into the open. He did not shoot. He spoke. He used the language of pain, not force. The sniper lowered his weapon. When it was over, the city was quiet. The next morning, Ilium stood again in room number 7. Same chair. Same faces. Different silence. Colonel Holt stood this time. He did not sit. You disobeyed an order yesterday, Holt said. Yes, sir. And saved lives, Holt continued. Yes, sir. Holt nodded once. Turns out, he said, we were testing the wrong thing. He extended a badge. This uniform does not belong to us, Holt said. It belongs to those who carry it with conscience. Eliam took the badge. He did not smile. He only said, thank you. As he walked out, the chair remained behind, still smaller. Still at the end. But now, it meant something else. Life lesson. Power often tests obedience. Character tests purpose. Those who are mocked for asking questions are often the ones who save the most lives.